Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Lois and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. In the last episode, we were working with Botania, trying to get access to a bunch of stuff, specifically the Lunium, which is going to allow us to get dungeon loot, which is going to be good in the near future. So, we are going to continue doing that today. But before we do much of anything else, I want to talk about the Pure Daisy. So we were trying to automate the Pure Daisy last time, and things just weren't really working the way I wanted them to, and I couldn't really figure out why. Well, I know why. We need to do some drastic changes on this. So first things first, let's get rid of basically all of this stuff. And something that we don't actually need is the... you know what? We can keep that. We can keep that there. We don't actually need the dense cable over here, but I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it just for now. So let's take this off, and actually we'll keep that there. Let's remove this stuff, and yeah, so the issue that we were having is it wasn't really pulling items out. And there is no way to filter these guys. The annihilation planes are kind of annoying that way. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to need to make 2 more ME controllers. That is the first key. So I've looked up a couple of different ways to automate this stuff, and think this is going to be the easiest way. So ME controller. You know what? Honestly, it's going to be... Okay, we need skystone blocks. So skystone blocks are made from smelting skystone, which comes from bees, or you take this stuff and put in lava. So we're just gonna come over here. That is obsidian. We've done this before, I believe, and all we have to do is just remove that and just keep right clicking, and we need to get a little bit of the skystone, and that's good enough. And we'll do that and have obsidian. So we then need to cook this skystone up. This guy... And that'll make us the nicer skystone, the smooth skystone, and that should be enough. So we need some pure fluix crystals. So let's get 8 of those going, and then we also need a processor, 2 of the engineering processors, and that should be pretty much it. Let's get some more ME cable. And we're going to need a couple other things. An ME chest is going to be useful. And we're also going to want... let's see. We're going to want an ME... Let's see. It's a drive... No. We're going to want an ME storage cell. Just a basic one. So can we craft one of these? We just need one of these. As soon as we have a crafting CPU available to us, we'll get those taken care of. And we're gonna need let's see, we're gonna need a capacity card. We're gonna need an import-export bus. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna be setting up subnetworks. Subnetworks are a little bit complicated. But all in all, it's not too difficult. So let's get that crafting up. And can we go ahead and make the ME controller? So there is the two ME controllers. The reason we need these is because we need to get more channels. And let's get some quartz fibers. We're gonna want another one of these. The reason we want the quartz fiber is to transfer power, so that everything is powered on the same thing, and it'll be nice and easy. So we need this guy as soon as the storage component is finished, which should be any time. There we go. So we should be able to make a 1K storage cell, and we just need to figure out what the thing is. So the capacity cards are something we're going to need as well. Can I teach the system how to make these? Calculation processor, make me one of those. And we're also probably going to want import export bus. We're going to want I think a level emitter might be fun to try to use, and yeah, basically whatever I can figure out. So I've got to remember what the item we need to partition this is called, but we'll do that soon enough. As soon as this is done crafting. It takes it a second. It'll get done here in a moment, but the basic gist of what we're going to be doing is setting up a subnetwork, which basically means that we will have... So Applied Energistics works on channels and networks, and it's kind of complicated to think about subnetworks. But the easiest analogy I can use is if you had a flowchart. It would be like a smaller flowchart within a larger flowchart. If you are familiar with programming, it's basically a subroutine in the larger operation. So it's kind of complicated, but we're gonna need 2 of these cards. We're gonna need 2 capacity cards. Let's get Certus, normal Certus. I think we need 2 of these. We're gonna need an import bus and an export bus, and I actually want to go ahead and teach the system how to make those because those are useful. So export bus, so formation cores and pistons are already the system already knows how to make those. So export buses, import buses are sticky pistons. So does the system doesn't know how to make sticky pistons. So let's teach the system how to make a sticky piston. And actually, let's get rubber instead. Because that's going to be more useful, I think, in the long run. And we should be able to go ahead and make... What is taking these cores so long? Oh, it's the circuits, isn't it? There we go. One of these days I'm going to make acceleration cards. So there is export bus, import bus with the piston, and we are going to need 1 of each of those. So that's not too bad. We're going to want the living rock. We're going to want a piece of living wood as well. We're going to want the stone and the wood. So basically get all the stuff we need. And we're going to need a interface, I believe. But then the other thing I need to figure out is, it's called a partition? No. So let's just look up Applied Energistics. It is called, not the IO port, Cell Workbench, this guy. So we need a chest Oops, where is it? Where is it? Right here. A chest and a calculation. So let's get this crafting. And it's crafting that. It's crafting that. So let's just get the wood ourselves and craft the chest. So the cell workbench is what we need. This guy is going to allow us to basically partition the storage bus. And what that means is we can tell the storage bus, hey, only accept these items. That is what partitioning means, and you can do that to any of the storage buses or the storage cells if that's what you want. There's not much reason usually to do this. However, it's a good way to exploit a little bit of, does this need power? Okay, I don't think it does. So we put that in there and we tell it living rock, and we need living wood as well. Do we have any living wood available to us? We do. We have exactly one. So basically this is telling the ME storage bus that it only has it can only store these items. So I think we have to I think that'll work. So the idea is pretty simple, actually. What we can do is, because this storage bus is partitioned, the only things that it will accept are living rock and living wood. Now, why is that important? Well, annihilation planes will pick up any block that they can put into an inventory. If there's no inventory to put them in, they don't work. So what we'll do is we'll put an ME controller. We'll put an ME controller here, and we'll put an ME controller here. We're going to connect these two with a quartz fiber, and then connect that with the rest of the system. And what that basically does is it will give these guys power, but they don't transfer items. And then we're also going to want these guys connected to the interface, which I don't have on me, but that's okay. So, and then we can put this right here. Actually, no, we can't. We've got to put this somewhere else. Right here is fine, and we put the ME storage cell. So what will happen now is if we put living rock here, it will go into this. And then once we have the storage bus, the interface rather, we can export items. And I don't think it matters. So let's, actually, do we need the interface? Interface, this is really messy, and I might clean it up at some point, but we can put the interface right here, and we want them to be connected to the interface. I think this might actually mess it up. Yeah, it doesn't like that, so export bus? Yes, export bus. And then we put that there. So let's actually move this guy up one. And we'll put the export bus there. And like so. And then we could have put a chest here and then have an import bus on that. So this should be... we need to tell this. So one, we can go ahead and put this here like so, and as you can see, the annihilation planes aren't doing anything. No, these are 4 and 4. We don't necessarily want that. So we'll go ahead and do, yeah, it's going to be less efficient. So let's do all of them get both. And there's an easier way to do this. Let's grab that. And we're going to need another piece of living rock. So let's get the chest. And I'm trying to think what else might we need. The memory card. That's what I came up here for. So do I have a memory card? No. Memory cards are pretty simple, and they're used for exactly what you'd think. They do require a calculation processor, so let's get that. Crafting. We'll come back for that. So what we should see, if it hasn't already happened, so basically as soon as that living rock breaks, it will go into there it goes, and it's immediately broken, and it's in here. So we have the 2 living rock, and then what we can do is if we put a capacity card in here and put living rock in here, it'll export these to the main system, which is exactly what we want to happen. So if we went upstairs and looked, we would have more living rock in here. Now we also want to export living wood. So the next thing we're going to want is an import bus, and we're going to be importing with a capacity card stone and wood, and we'll put a chest here. And what we can do, we can't look into that chest, but what we can do is we can teach the system that living wood and living rock is made from, like we can go ahead and teach the system that wood gives you living wood and stone gives you living rock. Now we could do a level emitter, and I considered doing that to basically tell the system, hey, this is how you can do things. But I don't think I will. Just because, okay, we could put a level emitter and basically tell the system that, hey, make living wood, living rock until we have X number. But at the same time, I don't think that's really necessary. So do we have the calculation processor? Yes. So we have a memory card, and what we can do is we can come down here, and I believe let's see, this is one that we can look at. We can shift right click and then right click all of these, and it will load the settings. So as you can see, this has wood. Now it has both. So we'll just make sure we click all of these, and that should be pretty much all we need to do. So let's test it. An easy way to test it is to request, let's just request a bunch of living rock, because that's what we're going to need. So living rock, let's request 100. Why not? We're going to have to craft 16 more stone, that's fine, whatever. But we should see pretty quickly, in fact, stone is just being placed. And we could add acceleration cards to this, the import bus, and that would make it go a little bit faster. So it will not pick up the stone. Once the stone turns into living rock, the annihilation planes will activate, put them in the chest, and then go into the system. Now, the reason why we had to do subnetworks is just for this filter, and it's honestly going to make it easier. This is relatively compact. We could do a storage bus, but that would be a little bit more complicated, I think. This is an easy way to do it, and it is now completely and utterly automated. So before we do anything else, I do want to go ahead and teach the system how to make advanced cards. So these guys, we're going to need another calculation processor. And the reason why we want to make advanced cards is so we can make acceleration cards. And acceleration cards are going to make everything go faster, so we're going to make a lot of those. So once we have the calculation processor, we'll make like 10 acceleration cards. And yeah, that'll be good. So the next thing that we're going to start working on, so today we're working towards those better flowers and stuff. Automating the living rock, living wood is one step. We need to make more runes. So in order to do that, we're going to need more mana. And in order to get more mana, I've considered using more hydrangeas, but I think what we're going to do instead is make more, make different things. So we need a Fluix. We need some Fluix crystals. Once those are done, it will take like 2 seconds. Well, it should take like 2 seconds. We'll get some speed upgrades and make more of those, and basically upgrade all of the stuff that we can. What is taking it so long? There we go. So acceleration cards. We're gonna tell the system to make, I don't know, 20 acceleration cards. So that's a good bit of stuff. We should already have 2, and we're gonna immediately go down and speed up the calculation processors. So acceleration cards will cause the system to use more power. Silicon press, logic, engineering. So we'll put one in there, and we'll put one in here. That'll be good. So it's already speeding things up, and basically once we have those, I will add them everywhere. But one of the big things we can do if we have, once we get 2 more, it's gonna craft all of these, isn't it? Oh well. Oh no, it's already crafted a couple. So let's get 2 of these, and we're just gonna put one of each, one in each of the import and export buses over here just to speed them up just a little bit. Now the pure daisy is going to take a, I believe it's a full minute regardless, so doesn't really matter on that. But that'll just help everything go faster, and that'll be good. So yeah, as you can see, it's much faster getting the import taken care of. So presumably, anyways, it might already, no, it would have to import it. So anyways, let's move on to the next thing, which is I want to make some thermalilies. And we're going to set up a little bit of a basic system to kind of deal with those. And we're just going to do that up here for right now. And it'll be fine. I'm just trying to think of what's going to be the best way to do this. So can we get a dispenser? We have dispensers. We're going to want lava. We're going to want a drum or something. Let's get another drum. And we're going to want, I guess, item ducts with a couple servos. And we need a fluid transposer. That is going to be the problem. So, okay, what we're trying to do to kind of get you guys into the loop as I'm trying to think of how to do this is I want to make thermal lilies. Now, these flowers are a little bit more expensive. They require some runes. Nothing too bad, though. And let's go ahead and make one. We're only going to make one for right now because I want to keep as many of these runes as I can for other things. But do that, and it's, I believe it was 2 orange and a red. And one of the oranges is mana. Okay, so pretty easy. And the whole reason we're doing this is just to speed up production of mana so that we can start doing more stuff. So we'll get this, and this. Throw in the seeds, and we get a thermal lily. So, let's see. Do we have any dirt in here? I do. Alright, so how the thermal lily works is it will, if we break this thermal lily down, it absorbs lava, and it uses lava to produce mana. So he is bound to him, right? Yes. Alright, that is what I want, because otherwise, because this guy can handle a lot of stuff. So how this works is, as I scratch my head, let's just fly down here because it'll be easier. If we take a bucket of lava, which I have so much lava down there, it doesn't really matter. This is why I'm doing this, just to use lava. We put that there, and it will absorb the lava. And then it makes a ton of mana. As you can see, it's making a lot. Now the problem is that this will stop making mana for a little bit. They are. It's gonna complement the rest of the system, and I'm eventually gonna move the hydrangeas and everything downstairs and use sparks and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we're not gonna worry about it. So this is like filling up very quickly. The Elven Mana Spreader isn't even enough. So that is really good. But we want to automate the lava. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, for one, come down here and put. Let's see. That is for that. We're gonna pick up the tank here. And we're going to fill up a drum. Because why not? And then it can start doing its thing again. And really that's all that the cobblestone up there is being used for right now. So that's perfect. So we have a tank of lava. And what we need to do is we need to get that into buckets and get it into the world like we just did. And I want to do this automatically. Easiest way is going to be with a dispenser. So we'll just put a dispenser. I believe we can just smack him a couple times and he'll be pointed that way. But the problem is we need to get the lava in a bucket to put it there. So we could use a fluid transposer. We could... Oh, let's see. What is some of the ways we could do this? Can I get a solar panel? We have a good bit of solar panels. I know I was making a bunch of those for a thing. Let's take exactly one. We'll make one more. And you know what? Let's get a fluid transposer. So I think that'll be the easiest way to do this. So fluid transposer. I don't know why we're using thickened glass, but I don't really care. I believe it's chiselable. No, this mod pack doesn't have chisel. So we need a machine frame. We need copper gears. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go make these real quick. And that is something still that I need to kind of automate. And then we're going to need the redstone reception coil. That should be auto-crafted. And then we should be closer. So basically as soon as this is done smelting, we can make that and go on our merry way. Now, this will be a little bit easier to deal with. We'll just need to have a redstone signal every once in a while. So We'll want a probably comparator, and then we'll do some magic with redstone, and things will be good. So more mana. The Thermal Lily is fantastic at getting a lot of mana, and that's kind of what we want. And while it does take lava, lava is completely and utterly renewable in this mod pack, so who cares? It's not a big deal at all. There is a zombie over there. Alright, Mr. Zombie. He's dead now. Okay. One of these days I will finish this house. That is on the to-do list. There's so much stuff to do around here, but we should be able to go ahead and make the fluid transposer. And let's get rid of that. We're going to want fluid transposer like this. We'll do input liquid out the top and the back, and then output to the side. No, we'll want the input somewhere else, actually. Let's rotate this guy. Alright, so he's facing that way. So out the back, we're going to want output. We're going to want to empty, so top has to be left alone. So, and then left and right will be that. So what we can do is we can put the tank here. Will auto no. So we need a, you know what, we can put the thing on the side. And put it on the top. And then input on this side as well. And what we can do is item duct. Do an item duct here with a hardened servo that is whitelisted for buckets. So if we put a bucket in here, it will extract it if it had a place to go. We just need the other item duct. And there are other ways to do this, but I think this is going to be the easiest. Oh yeah, we need to smack this guy so that he drains into there. And what we'll do is we'll get another drum. Because that is literally just iron. I love drums. They are so useful. And they're relatively cheap in a lot of these mod packs. So this has quite a bit. That's almost full. We'll go ahead and place that there. And then fly back up here so that we can just go ahead and put this here. So always active, ignore. So if there's a bucket, it will put it in here. Yes. But that doesn't have power. So if we put that there, I think that's what we want to do. So let's go sleep so that thing will actually get some power. And once it charges up, it should be fine on just this one solar panel. We'll see. So it's getting power. It needs recipes. So it needs 800 RF to fill up a bucket. So there it goes. So it's filling up the bucket, and will auto extract it? It did. So put it in there. The only thing that it should be able to do that. So the only thing left is if we get a comparator. This should work great. Comparator, one of these guys. So let's just make it. So we need stone, times 3. We're going to need redstone torches. And I've got sticks on me, I guess, but 1, 2, 3. And I don't want to use the pure nether quartz, I just want to use nether quartz. There we go. So we have the redstone comparator. This will emit a signal if there's something there, and then we just need to basically bring the signal back. So redstone, I think this will work. It's not a very good signal, so we'll have to be fancy, I guess. I'm not very good at thinking of redstone off the top of my head, but I believe a redstone torch or a repeater would work. So if we do this, that'll turn off. And we put, no, we can't do that. We can put one here. And then put a block there. And is this gonna work? No. So that turns off, but it doesn't turn anything else off. What if we put a block here? So let's toggle this and see if this works. And I think that'll be fine. So, yeah, that's actually pretty compact. And then when the, but if there's already, that's not gonna work. What could we do to toggle this? We could just put a clock. I don't think it would work if there's already something there. But if we have another thermal lily, which that would require more stuff, that could work. But as you can see, it's steaming, it's overheated because it takes a lot to take that guy. So let's get a redstone clock of some sort. Do we have any timers? Let's see, timer, is that a thing? No. There is the floating hourglass we could use. Hourglass. Magic hourglass or the hovering hourglass. That one is a little bit easier, I think. We just need iron and a little bit of glass. And we just throw that stuff into the mana pool, and that will get us what we need. And I wish I knew how often the thing did its thing. The thermal lily does its thing. I'm not entirely sure. I need some time though. So the hovering hourglass is a really cool item that basically is a timer. That it depends on what you put, what kind of sand you put into it determines what how long it takes. So sand, red sand, or soul sand can be all clicked in there. Sand is 1 second. Soul sand is 1 per minute. So let's do every 2 minutes. That'll be good, I guess. And we'll just put that right here. 2 soul sand. And we'll get a piece of redstone. So yeah, that single, because of how long it takes the thermal lily to actually do anything, this will be enough. But we are gonna need to get a fluid duct and all that kind of stuff. Whoa! I accidentally, whoops. Sorry about that. If you shift right click on anything with the Lexicon Botania, it gives you notes on it on a wiki, and opens it up automatically. So that's just what happened. Hopefully it didn't mess up the recording too much, but how are we on the acceleration cards? Wow, we have all 16. Cool. We'll go put those in everything here in a moment. What was it? I need a fluid duct. I need a hardened fluid duct and a servo. So this will work. And I believe we can just do one of these. You know, let's just put that there. Servo. Ignore. And there we go. Fill up. We'll have a nice compact system. And everything is presumably pretty happy. So let's go ahead and work towards the other stuff real quick. We need to make a bunch of runes. Now, we have 4 runes. We have access to a 5th, but we don't have it yet. If we want to make any other runes, such as the Greed and the Pride, we're going to need the runes of Summer, Winter, Spring, and Autumn. Now, these aren't too bad to do. We need some leaves and Spider Eye. So, Spider Eye. We're going to need Living Rock times 4. And do we have any leaves in here? No. We'll have to go get some leaves. We're going to need saplings and wheat. 1, 2, 3. And one of these. That's easy enough. We are going to need... Let's see. Summer is melon, slime ball, and 2 sand. So melon we don't have. Slime ball we have. That one we can do. And sand. Do we happen to have any melon seeds over here? We have, okay, we do have some melon, but melon seeds, but we have melon as well. So who cares? Otherwise, we'd use the market and get that taken care of. You know, while we're flying around. Let's go ahead and get some leaves. 1, 2, 3. And that goes with that one. Alright, and then the last one is winter, I believe. So we'll get that taken care of. Let's see, what do we need? Cake, wool, and 2 snow. So cake is probably the hardest part of the winter rune. We just need 3 buckets of milk. So buckets. I guess it's easy enough because we can just come over here and milk these guys. We have to wait. We've got to wait for a little bit because the cows don't like being milked constantly. So while we're waiting, let's go ahead and get some of these other stuff done. So let's start with spring. Spring requires fire and water. So we're going to want all of these guys. So fire, water, and spring is these guys. Fire, water, 3 saplings, and wheat. Oh yeah, we have to hit it, don't we? Yeah, I forgot. Different versions of Botania. Newer versions just let you go ahead and do that without any problem. Alright, they're not happy with me. So we'll wait on that. But that will give us the Rune of Spring. So we just throw that on there and smack it. And there's the Rune of Spring. We don't get the other runes back? Uh-oh. I thought we got the other runes back. Must not in this version. Okay, so we're going to need more runes of everything. No, there's the earth and air. No, okay, we didn't. So can we do any others? Earth and air is summer. So we can go ahead and do the summer. And that'll take just a second. So is this still doing its thing? It is. Cool. And there is the Rune of Summer. So we're probably going to need more of these. So I'll probably do a lot of this stuff off camera. But what is Autumn? Autumn is air and fire. We have air. Let's go ahead and make a Rune of Fire. That's 3 mana steel. But yeah, basically since we have automated better stuff, better mana production automated. Yeah, let's move this guy to like over here, just in case things fall onto him. Let's see, fire. We also need nether wart, gunpowder, nether brick. I should teach the system how to make nether brick, because I think that would be smart. Since we don't get the runes back, so I will probably just make a bunch of the runes between episodes. And let's see, production, nether brick is netherrack, store it, and redstone furnace. I'll have to make another thing for that, but what do we not need right now? We're not eating toast anymore, so we can put those in there. Alright, cool. So, and then we need gunpowder, which we should have more than enough. Okay, so this, and this. Smack it. At least we get 3 runes every time we do this stuff, but it is a little annoying. Because we're going to need to make some complicated runes. The runes of envy require the runes of winter. So not getting those runes back is kind of a pain. Alright, so we'll throw that on there. And we have a rune of fire. So we can do that. We can put these guys in here. Our AE system is full. So we're going to have to expand that as well. I will do that off camera though, because with the additional acceleration cards, it will be a lot faster. So we have cake. We need snow. We need more snow. And I believe it was wool. Something else we can do is start exporting should be able to go ahead and do that. Take that out so we can have a place for it. We should probably export into a trash can. Let's make a trash can real quick. And we'll need some stone. Export bus. Alright, we can probably make the trash can. If we get a chest. And there's a trash can. We'll need our export bus. And we need to set this up. And then we need a bow, because we've got a lot of bows. And I think a fuzzy card would be good. So that is just that with an advanced card. Let's go put a bunch of acceleration cards down here. So we'll put 3 in there. We'll put, let's see, 3 in there, 3 in there, 3 in there, 2 more in there, and 2 more in there. So that will hopefully make everything we need a little bit faster. And you know, while we're doing all of this, let's go ahead and make the autumn rune. Smack it. Alright, let's grab some more living rock. And do we have the export bus? Do we have the card? It's crafting those. It probably doesn't have any space to put them. Let's take that out for a second. What else can we remove? Bat heads. There we go. Alright, so we'll take all that stuff, put what we can back. And what we'll do is we'll just find some place downstairs, I guess. Doesn't really matter where. Right here, honestly, is fine. We'll put an export bus on a trash can with yeah, well, let's see. We need to put a block. And then we put the export bus on here. No, that's not working. Does it need to be on one of these guys? We can put it here, I guess. In the export bus, we'll put a fuzzy card with bow. Match any. And we should be able to put a trash can. And so what we should see is bows should go through here and nothing else. Presumably. We can actually go check a little bit. So one, we should start clearing up our inventory a little bit, but if we look up bows, yeah, it's just getting rid of all the bows, which is fine. I don't really care. And that's it. Cool. So now we can start putting things back in, and we should have some greens up here, presumably, hopefully. Hey, they're all green. Cool. So that fixed our problem. We've been getting a lot of bows from our mob farm, so that's basically what I had to fix. Anyways, there's that, and we get the rune of autumn, and the rune of winter requires water and earth. So we have water, we'll need more earth. But I guess... Alright, here's what we're going to do. Where's the rest of the fire? If I can spell. There they are. Okay. Do we have like more runes in here? No. Okay, I just accidentally put the fire runes in there. I will tell you guys what. I am going to go ahead and end the episode off here. I'm going to make a ton of runes. And we'll start automating some of this stuff relatively soon. Something we can actually go ahead and automate is we could move some cows down into that area and get buckets of milk as well. And then do something with like another fluid transposer and we could get buckets of milk on autocraft. So that might be something we work on next episode, just because not getting the runes back from the crafting is really going to make things bad later. For now it's not too bad, but for example, in order to get the lunium, which is what we're going after, we need all this stuff. That's easy enough. Redstone root is just grass and redstone. That's easy. But we need envy, gluttony, and sloth. So sloth is autumn and air, winter and fire, and then winter and water. So we need at least 2 winter runes. So that is the issue. So we'll basically automate everything to make all the runes and kind of go from there. So that is what we will work on next time, along with everything else. So just trying to get things automated and get closer to the really high tier flowers. We are getting quite a bit of mana, and especially with the thermal lily, is done cooling off and takes the lava, we'll get a lot more mana. And I can always make another thermal lily. They're not too bad to make. It's just a matter of getting them. So I'm going to spend some time getting all of the basic runes. I'll get just a bunch of them. We can automate living rock. We have so much iron. We can get so much mana steel. And honestly, most of them don't take anything spectacularly nasty other than mushrooms. But we can deal with that. How many mushrooms do we have? We don't have that many, but we can, at the very least, make 11, so 33, half a stack of them. So that'll be good enough, I think, for a while. So next time we are going to get some cows. I'll probably move the cows and breed them. We'll set up the auto cake making system, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that will be the plan. We'll kind of go from there and start working more on trying to get more, basically whatever we can, more runes, and get closer to the Lunium and the Orchid. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know we did more automation than Botania, but it was needed, and this thing is so nice to have. I mean, just coming over here and telling it, you know, make me 100 living wood, so I don't have to worry about it for a long time, and it immediately starts doing it. That is the type of thing that I love to see. So next time we're going to continue working automation and runes and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!